Hello, once again. Good morning, friends. I am Dr. Kuldeep Mohadikar, presenting in this video the summary or interpretation analysis of the story Miss Brill by Katherine Mansfield. Katherine Mansfield was born in New Zealand. After her early education, she moved to London to study music and eventually spent the rest of her life in England. She found contemporary London artistically stimulating and established links with prominent British authors like D.H. Lawrence and Virginia Woolf. After the publication of her first volume of short fiction in a German pension, 1911, she actively associated herself with the editor and critic John Middleton Murray, whom she eventually married. Bliss and Other Stories, 1920, established her credentials as a short fiction writer, reinforced by her next collection, The Garden Party. Mansfield's unpublished writings, including her letters and journals, appeared after her death. The present story is taken from her collection, The Garden Party. It is about a lonely lady visiting a public park and getting carried away by the weather, the music, and the people. But the feeling of elation and joy is short-lived as a pair of young lovers passed cruel remarks on her, bringing her back to her humdrum life. Humdrum means lacking variety or excitement. Miss Brill here is a middle-aged woman who spends her days as a teacher for children and as a reader for an old man who hardly recognizes her existence. Every Sunday, she wears her shabby fur coat to the French public park called Jardins Publics. At Jardin Publics, she speaks to the coat as if speaking to another person, an act that becomes the reader's first indication of her true loneliness and alienation. Miss Brill sits in the stands, watching and listening to the band and to the people who sit round her in the stands and play on the grass nearby. All the things which she observes and listens around her fascinates her. She is attracted. She becomes attentive towards whatever she observes and whatever she listens. And she is so curious as to eavesdrop on people without their knowing. She is silently glancing at people that without them knowing that she is looking towards them, she is staring towards them. This week, however, a fine old man and a big old woman sitting near her do not speak, and she notices how the people in the stands with her all look kind of the same. All of them are silent, awkward, nearly all old. Continuing to eavesdrop on people nonetheless, she sees a gentleman in grey and a woman who is identified by her clothing, an ermine toque. This couple makes small talk while Miss Brill thinks of what they might say, what might happen, even when, as she realizes, the woman's hat is shabby. However, the couple does not satisfy her because they part ways before anything meaningfully interesting can be said. Immediately, she notices an old man who nearly gets knocked down by a group of young girls. At this point, Miss Brill marvels at how fascinating her eavesdropping is. Eavesdropping means she is glancing and staring unknowingly, that other people don't know that she is looking at them, but she is secretly prying on them. She is secretly looking at them, glancing at them, and she begins to develop a theory that encompasses everyone in front of her. She thinks that everyone is all on the stage and that everyone here is an actor. She feels that it is like a cinema and she is a heroine, actress, and playing her act in this park. In this park is a stage and everybody is an actor here. she starts thinking in that way. She believes that she herself also plays a role in this play, an important role that would be missed where she not there to play it. If she doesn't play a role in this, then she will miss. She thinks about telling the old man to whom she reads, "Yes, I have been an actress for a long time." A boy and a girl take a seat in the stands, replacing the fine old man and big old woman. The boy and the girl look wealthy and in love, but are in the middle of an argument. Soon the two of them notice Miss Brill and wonder aloud why anyone would desire her presence in the park, call her a stupid old thing, make fun of her old fur coat, and compare it to a fried whiting. Fried whiting means a cooked fish, fish which is cooked, fish which is fried. Miss Brill leaves soon after, not buying her usual slice of honey cake on the way. When she arrives home, she puts her fur coat into its box without looking, but when she put the lid on, she thought she heard something crying. Means on this note the story ends. Again she goes towards her lonely life after listening to the comments from this boy and girl. Then the theme of the story is about loneliness and alienation, we can say. Miss Brill, the main heroine of the story, or the protagonist of the story, is a spinster. Spinster means a word used at the time of the publication of the story to explain that to an unmarried woman. Means she is an unmarried woman who spends her days teaching school children and reading the newspaper to a half-dead man who cares little for her presence. So Miss Brill desires for conversation, yet both the students and the old man don't listen to her. There is a delusion and reality in this story. Miss Brill alerts us to the title character's tendency towards delusion and fantasy from the very start. When she starts speaking fondly to her fur coat, Miss Brill is not actually out of her mind, but she is desperate for communication with others. In order to feel a part of something, she goes to the park each week, where she enjoys watching all the people who come to enjoy the band and the play. Miss Brill, during the time she spends in the park, constantly looks for connections between people. She notices how two young girls and two soldiers meet each other and laugh. She sees a boy picking up a bunch of flowers a woman has dropped. She notices a woman in an ermine toque and a gentleman speaking to each other and imagines what they are saying to one another. On the youth and age, Miss Brill's strange behavior of talking to her fur coat can be seen as a nostalgia for a lost youth, when her coat was new and she was at the hopeful age of marriage, or she was able to marry. In Mansfield's time, women were married to quite a young age, and not getting married was so looked down upon that spinsters were pitied and shut out of a great deal of social life. So in this way, I have also given you the short version of the story and even the themes which are there in the story of Miss Brill. Again, I have this short version. So please share and subscribe my channel, students, and try to listen very carefully each and every word which I have expressed here in this video, and I am thankful to you again for listening this video. So once again, I, Dr. Kuldeep Mohadikar, request you to give your feedback after liking, sharing and subscribing my channel. Thank you.